What's going on YouTube? Bryce Builds It All, your favorite A&P IA and Part 147 instructor, back with another video. Now, if you don't know what those things mean, an A&P is an airframe and power plant technician, or an aircraft mechanic, and a Part 147 school, where I teach, is how to, or the school to become an aircraft mechanic, if you will. The school to get the A&P certificate to become an aircraft mechanic. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the 50,000 A&P shortage that we have, the job market freeze that's happening, the wait lists at FAA schools, and all of these things, and a little bit more of an informal video just talking to you. So stick around. To address the first portion of that, one of the things that we've been hearing a lot, or a lot of people have been saying, is that they report a shortage of 50,000 A&Ps in the next 5 or 10 years. I can't remember the number. But what that means is that the old guard, all of the mechanics who have been A&Ps for years and years and years, working on aircraft and continuing airworthiness for us so that we can safely fly on airlines, are beginning to retire. And as those people retire, someone is going to need to step in to replace them in their job. And fortunately for us, because there's a lot of physical labor that's involved, AI cannot replace us yet. It's not Terminator. There's no robots for this yet. So there is a 50,000 A&P shortage. However, space, you might be thinking to yourself, man, I have applied so many places, I've interviewed, but I just cannot get hired anywhere. And that's because there is a little bit of a job freeze right now. And that happens for a couple of reasons. Now, I can't speak for everyone. I'm speaking for my region of South Texas where I live. However, you might be experiencing the same effects wherever you might also be. So with that, what I mean is every year during the summertime, people go on trips. People go on vacation. People travel, which means the airplanes are flying. And if the airplanes are flying, they're making money. And if the airplanes are flying and making money, your airlines don't want to pull them out of the air to get a whole bunch of work done unless it's absolutely necessary. So things are getting deferred, things are getting fixed on the ramp, whatever it may be, because the aircraft are busy in the air. And come wintertime, when the aircraft are flying a lot less and they're in the hangar, then companies will really start trying to get a lot more work done. So what this means is, during the summertime and the aircraft are flying, companies are not trying to hire a lot of people and they're not trying to grow because, like I said, the aircraft are out, they're off base, they're flying, they're making money. However, once the summer comes to an end in August, September, October, and new budgets come out, it comes time to hire some people to do the work over the winter. Also, a lot of times people were hired in waves and people retire in waves. So when a lot of people start to retire and those positions come available, they need to hire people to fill them. Now, yes, some of it is driven by the economy. Things are obviously getting to be pretty expensive, whether that be airline tickets, gas, wages, whatever it may be. But as we know, A&P wages have been going up just since I started my channel. Starting wages have gone up $5 to $10 an hour from 3 years ago when I started making videos about all this. So there is that. But the economy, not doing the greatest, but that's only a small factor of why you might be struggling to find a job right now, even though everyone keeps telling you there's a shortage of 50,000 A&Ps, right? Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the wait list at FAA schools. And before we go any further, yes, I know I need a haircut. I'm starting to look like Michael Landon. It is what it is. I haven't had a chance to get to a barbershop. I will. But there is a wait list at a lot of FAA Part 147 schools or A&P maintenance schools. And the reason is the FAA is putting out a lot of documentation, a lot of news through OPA, through EAA, through whoever it may be, through all of their organizations and all of their magazines and reporters that there is a shortage of aircraft mechanics projected on the horizon. And they're talking about how great this industry is and how much money you can make and how good the benefits are. And these are all good things. However, space, it means that at Part 147 schools like where I teach, we have had record high enrollment. We have had dozens of people calling us every week trying to get into class. Now, the FAA limits the size of my class based on instructor to student ratio. In the actual regulation, it's 25:1. There are also operation specifications or agreements with the FAA that we have to follow. So following a 25:1 ratio and following a classroom size, I've only got so many chairs in any given room. I can only have so many students in any given classroom to my one instructor. And our program is quite large. We have a lot of instructors here. I think we have 13 instructors now. So we have a lot. But you get the idea that it doesn't matter that I can put 25 people to one. If I get 10 to 12 people a week every week for 16 weeks, well, that's 180 people. And I'm currently in a position where I have at least 3 to 4 people email me a week. And it has been this way all year since January, probably even before that, before I took over as the program director. So I know it's not just the case at us. Our wait list for our program is about a year out to a year and a half, almost 3 semesters. So if you wanted to come start our program, you said, I want to start in August of 2026, I would tell you, sorry, best I can do is January of 2028. And that's not an exaggeration. That's how far out our wait list is for our program. And I happen to know, being in Texas, that a lot of the other Part 147 schools also have wait lists that are starting to get a year to a year and a half long. It's just part of it. There's record interest in these programs. There's record interest in these schools, but we can't make the schools go any faster. You got to get in the seat. You got to make the contact hours, and it just takes time. So there you go. My key takeaways for this are as follows. If you're trying to get a job, be patient. If you're trying to get a job, hold the line. The job market will pick back up eventually, and they will start to hire people. It will pick up, and you will get a job, especially if you have an A&P and you have your degrees. If you have experience, that's going to help you even more. But the job market will pick up as people retire and as they need people to be replaced and as they need to grow. So just be patient, hold the line. You will get a job eventually. If you're trying to get into school, I am sorry. I don't know how far you're going to have to travel to find a Part 147 school that doesn't have a wait list. I know, like I said, we do, and I know many others do. But that's because there's record interest in this field. The FAA has been putting out a lot of documentation on it, and a lot of people are trying to do it. But don't be disheartened. Don't be upset when somebody tells you there is a wait list for any given program. I have had to turn away many people, and it's not fun. I don't like it when people come to my office and I have to tell them, sorry, I have no room for you. But when you get to do it, when you got to do it 3 or 4 times a week, it's kind of just something you get used to. Has to be done. So there you go, everybody. That's going to do it all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I realize it was a little bit shorter. Make sure you buy yourself a shirt. Make sure you leave us a like, leave us a comment on your thoughts, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And as always, make sure you go build something and be easy.